So we are moving on with the program with next presenter Aaron Forde, and he will provide additional details on the same subject. So how to convert set of orbital energies into the image. What is behind this procedure, at least from practical side? What is a protocol of converting and how to do it?
So hello, I'm Aaron Forde, and I'll be talking to you about how to use NuPlot to graph numerical data that we generate. So what is NuPlot? Simply, it is a command line driven program that can be used to plot functions or data. And then these are a couple of nice graphs I pulled from the NuPlot home site to kind of show the capabilities that it has. So just as a general overview for how it works, say we have some sort of data file. As you can see, we have 3 columns of data. So to plot the data, we open NuPlot by just typing it in, and then we tell it to plot that file, which is force.dat. And then these 1, 2 specify the number of the columns. So this is saying using this row as your independent variable, and then row 2 or column 2 is your dependent variable. And then it does it again, so you get 2 lines on your graph. And then there are a bunch of other commands that can be used to kind of customize your graph, to give your x and y axis labels like you should any graph, and then give it range, and you can use log axis, and the possibilities are pretty much endless. It just depends on what you're trying to do to plot. And then so if you're going to be generating many plots of the same type, it's kind of tedious just to keep doing it repetitively. So what you can do is you can make a script that you just tell NuPlot to call, and it'll just run through everything and plot it for you right away. So on the left side, this is just a script that I pulled from this tutorial website from Duke. And it sets a scale, it sets x, y axis, gives it a title. And then to call this, you open up a NuPlot in the command line. You just tell it to, you just call the file. And then it gives some sort of output file that you can open, and you get a nice little graph pretty quickly. So for our purposes, density of states is a pretty common chart that we want to look at to get useful data from our system. So picking up from where Whitney left off, we already used the Perl script to extract the density of states data from the log file. And then we have to make sure that we rename that file as dos.log. And that will be specified in a second why we have to do that. So in the command line, we type NuPlot so that we're running NuPlot. Then we tell it where to look, so it's located in the bin, in the cluster. And then we tell it which file to look for, which is nuprog_dos_Gauss. And then this is a script that is pulling from, and it's all 5 lines. And then the important things to look for is line 2. It's set out, that tells us the output file. And then DOS-G09, so we can get a PostScript file. And then we tell it to plot dos.log. So that's why we have to rename everything dos.log. Because if it's not named that, it's not going to, it doesn't know what file we're trying to go after. So now if we recheck our directory, we should have a dos_G09 PostScript file. And PostScript file, we don't really know how to open that with a lot of programs, or common programs that we use, so we have to convert it to a PDF, which you can just do ps2 pdf write, and then the name of the file. And then after you do that, if you recheck your directory, you'll have a PDF file. You can download that on your local computer, and then you can open it up, and we have a nice little density of states file. So in conclusion, NuPlot is a free software that we can use to plot data. You can do 2D graphs, 3D graphs. We can write scripts to make it an efficient process to generate our charts, and we can do it quickly in a convenient way.